I'm Craig Lee.
I'm Robb McGee.
And this is Real Talk with Robb and Craig on Thursday, the 21st of October, 2021. I say it like that because someday these videos are going to be worth a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. Aren't they now?
They should be.
Yeah. They're getting more and more valuable.
So welcome. We're almost ready for Halloween. You got your your costume on today.
Yeah, I'm wearing my banker costume.
I'm wearing my biker banker. If you're wondering why the beard's coming out, is because every year I play Santa Claus. Here's the biggest elf in the world is right here, and he always supports me. Mm-hmm. Actually, we had a lot of fun with it last year.
Yeah.
It was the first year I actually grew a beard long enough to make a good Santa.
To be real beard Santa.
Little kids actually loved it. Brenda Kelly, a big shout out to you for having a little festivity every year, and she buys presents and decorates well, she's a little crazy, but it was awesome. She serves hot chocolate. It's going to be in Stillicum this year. At what is the address? It's on Lafayette.
Right. Lafayette is the main street in Stillicum, and I don't remember the house number, but it's the Remax office in Stillicum, right on Lafayette Main Street. Craig and I will be there. Santa Claus will be there, and we'll be taking pictures and handing out treats.
That's cool. Yeah. It's also right next door is one of the most delicious bakeries.
Oh yeah.
That I don't like sweets, which is hard to believe because I'm so thin as I suck my gut in. But it really is. I haven't had anything out of that bakery that isn't delicious.
Yeah.
I mean, everything.
And they have such a variety of cupcakes and cookies and scones and brownies and turnovers and other stuff too.
Good stuff.
Yeah. It's fun to stop by there. You'll be glad you did.
Great time to stop by there. A couple things is going on this weekend. I just want to scream out about. Destination is in the process of getting ready for their Halloween costume.
Mm-hmm. Halloween party.
Halloween party. Is that this weekend or next weekend?
I think it's this coming weekend.
You have to RSVP there. It's after hours. It's adults only. But it should be a great time because Tara Wilcox, big shout out to her, is a little lunatic. So we love her. So anyway, we're probably not going to make it to that, but
contact Tara Wilcox at Destination Harley-Davidson.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great party, and you'll have fun.
Next month, and I'm getting ahead of ourselves, and we'll come back to the important stuff that Robb has prepared for us. But as we're going through Thanksgiving and get ready for it, that one place in Port Orchard has a Thanksgiving dinner. And I'll find out, so next week I'll be more prepared for this. But it's $50 a plate, but all proceeds go to attorney fees. This is one of the few places that stayed open.
Oh.
And let me tell you, we have our motorcycle meetings there every month. Mm-hmm. Craig Kennedy is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. And the reason he did it is for his employees. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of people that are trying to get their lives back in order that work there, and when COVID shut everything down, man, it hurt that whole business hard.
It threw them for a loop, and you know what a lot of people probably didn't think about during the shutdown. If you were somebody who having a job is a condition of you getting your life back in order and back on track, you know, maybe it's a condition of parole or something like that, and that one place tries to give people that need a second chance a second chance. Yeah. Well, if you're not working, you're violating that condition, and that was something that was, I think a lot of people didn't think about that consequence.
How could that be in place? I don't know. I'm really asking. How would that? Because they couldn't work some places,
right.
A lot of places. For example, we have our rent paid through through corporate. It was the one and only time that
April 2020
that we missed that date. Why? Yeah. Because America was shut down because of COVID.
Our corporate office was shut down.
Yeah.
So.
But thankfully, the owners here first off tried to gouge us for that. Then It's not that big a deal. Listen, it's going to cost us $18,000 over the next 3 years because they got us for more money. I'm a little burned on that.
I hear a little bitterness.
Yeah, just a little bit because you know what? We are a good tenant.
Yeah.
We came in, we painted everything, we have updated this,
and we're at our expense.
Yeah, and we're fixing to do it again. And so there's any place that does stay open that is desperately trying to help their employees, and it's a great place. I'm still trying to get Rob to come there and eat that. They've got a hamburger that's like 2 pounds.
I can't eat that thing.
And if you eat it, you
look at me, you think I can, but I can't eat that thing.
He would do it. And I would give it a good fair shot too. Okay, enough of that for now. Let's jump on this.
So we wanted to talk a little bit about, as everybody probably knows, and if you've watched our show at all, you know that 2021 has been a rising interest rate market, and there are little corrections. Sometimes some weeks we've seen dips, but the overall trend
Jules,
has
that
been.
is good coffee.
I know it's good coffee.
As a little Pulp Fiction, if you didn't notice that.
I don't need to hear how good my coffee is. Yeah, okay.
All right.
So we're seeing rates steadily increasing. They tick up and down. They're not increasing dramatically. They're just up a little bit from where they were at the end of 2020. It looks like we're going to end 2021 a little higher interest rate. Now, what does that mean to you if you're somebody who's thinking about purchasing a home? And it does have an impact. And the reason we're bringing this up now is the lion's share of market analysts are predicting that the interest rates are going to continue their climb. So 2021 was the year we started to see them come up from the historic lows that they were at in 2020. We're going to see that continue in 2022 is the expectation. And the reason for that, there's many factors. Inflation, the job market, the country recovering coming out of the COVID dip, which is what really spurred those low interest rates. We're seeing recovery from all that, and that's going to translate into higher interest rates over time. Now, right now, they are still near historic lows. And so we don't want somebody who's thinking about, well, I was going to buy a house, but I've heard interest rates are going up, and so I've missed my chance. Well, you haven't. Interest rates are still excellent, but they are heading higher. And we want to give you a little example of what different interest rates, how they would impact you in monthly payment. So, Craig, what's the example that we have here is based on a $400,000 loan amount.
And this is just talking about principal and interest because that's the only thing that we have any control over.
Right. Your taxes and your insurance will be what they are. Yeah. The county determines that for you and your insurance provider. But we can help with the principal and interest portion.
Before I say any of this, do you think that taxes are going to go up?
Well, they've been, that's the old saying, there's only two certainties in life, death and taxes. Taxes in the area that we work, primarily King, Pierce, and Kitsap County, taxes have been steadily going up. And Pierce County's been one of the worst. We've seen tremendous increase. Yeah.
And you wonder where the money's going when you hit a pothole. Or you drive on some of these back roads that are absolutely horrible.
The road to my house has gotten so bad.
It's the worst. And it's one of the nicest neighborhoods, I would say, in Pierce County. It's definitely up there. It's down by the water. It's beautiful.
Yeah, but
the road is insane.
You can't miss all of the ruts and potholes there. Craig's come to visit me on the Harley, and I know you notice it on the bike. It's
So what he's saying is $400,000. The interest rate is 3.25. Your monthly payment would be $1,740.
Principal and interest.
Yeah. As everything kind of increases to keep that $1,740, let's say we're at 4% by the end of next year. Mm-hmm. That's going to lower your buying power by $35,000 down to $365.
Yeah.
That's a
to be at the
drop.
same payment. To be at the same payment.
And keep in mind, I've been doing this for a little while, And somebody will say, well, what's the max I can get approved for? Not necessarily that they're going to use it, but they want to know.
Right.
Where do I have, especially in this market, do I have the ability to go above the asking price?
Right.
The answer is you do, and we will tell you that. But as this changes, it's going to take a lot of people out of that market that's looking at 400,000 or 500. You know, and as the higher the loan, the higher the price of the value or the purchase, it's going to start dropping that because your percentage of people that qualify for it anyway is much lower.
And so Craig, what he's trying to point out to you is, if we qualified you at $400,000, and that's the max that you qualified for with your income and debt situation, that's at 3.25% interest. If the interest rates go to 4%, which is still low, 4% historically is still a low interest rate, but then, as Craig was pointing out, what you would qualify for with your same income and debts is $365,000. So if you're trying to maximize what you can buy, that's the point he's making. You want to grab the rates where they are now because it's going to start to cut into that. Now, maybe you're in a situation where you could qualify for a higher payment. How much is that same $400,000 house going to cost you a month? So again, at 3.25% 30-year fixed interest, your principal and interest payment is $1,740. If interest goes to 4%,
$1,909. And
for the same house.
If you think that when we started in this industry, we were doing loans, we were 11.4%, but we were doing, we were working for a finance company more so than a mortgage company. But then we went to Washington Mutual, if anybody remembers.
Remember Washington Mutual, yeah.
And the rates were 7.5%.
Yep.
By the following year, March 13th, 2004, they dropped below 6%, so basically 5.875%. The difference in a payment would probably be $300 or $400.
Substantial.
We were making bets, and I said this before, around we worked in a loan center, that they would not go above 6% or drop. They wouldn't stay there.
Right.
And
right.
They did.
We thought it was a temporary drop, and it was.
Yeah.
Rates ticked back up, but now we've seen it's a good example. It's a good testimony of how low rates are right now. The fact that you can get an interest rate in the low 3s, whereas we were, to get under 6 was an amazing thing back then. So, but the more amazing thing, Craig, what date was that the rates dropped below?
March 13th.
How? What year?
2004.
How does he know that date?
Yeah, here's why. We've been in the business for 4 or 5 years at that point, 3 or 4, whatever. But it was an important date. And I have a weird thing, if somebody says a number, I will say it over and over in my head if I think that it's important for me to remember.
Committed it to memory.
Anyway, it's just a weird thing.
I couldn't have told you that. If you offered me $1 million, I would have had no idea. But I knew he would know.
So one of the things that that we really, and guys, we're still doing some loans with a small buy down in the 2s.
Yeah.
You're still getting phenomenal historic low rates in the 2s. Yeah. If you want to do a cash out, you should call. You want to pull some of that equity out because guess what?
It's a good time.
Now is the time to do it.
Yeah.
Especially then, if you've got credit cards and you're getting ready for Christmas and man, you've had so much and COVID's.
You want to remodel the house. You want to update it. Anything like that. You have equity in your home. If you've been in your home for over a year, you have equity because of the way this market has increased in value. Where rates are right now, it's a great time to access that.
In some cases, if you took advantage of the refis to lower your interest rate over the last year and a half, you might not see a lower interest rate. But some people that haven't, they will.
Yeah.
And actually their payment, and it's an accumulation of all the debt that you want to pay off. And if you don't have debt, maybe it's time to put a patio on or do an update on your home.
New kitchen.
There's a lot of things that you can do and make that money work for you because it's a great time to do that. And it's still a great time to purchase, refi, whether it's cash out or just an interest rate reduction.
That's right. That's right. The theme of this show is rates are still great. You haven't missed any opportunities. They're not at quite as low as they were towards the end of 2020, but they're still very low, and they're likely they're lower now than they will be this time next year. So this is a good time to grab, use that equity, grab a 30-year fixed rate that you can lock into and have a reasonable payment and accomplish everything that you want to do. If you've been thinking about buying a home, but you thought, oh, I missed my opportunity last year when the rates were so low, they're still low. They're going to go up. Grab them while they're low now. You'll qualify for more home. You get more home for the same monthly payment.
Yeah. One of the things that we're looking to do is to take this little show that we do to the next level. If somebody, and I have an application that I bought,
yeah,
but we don't know how to use it. We're
too stupid.
I'm old. Rob's not stupid. I would say he's the smartest guy sitting in that chair. But if you could help us with that, Robb will gladly pay you a small fee because we do have the app. So it's seems like it's easy, but it's not easy for somebody with when we started DOS, which if anybody remembers the DOS system, that's what I was using in college.
Backslash.
I couldn't figure that out.
Execute. Yeah.
So please call one of us.
Yeah, if you're good at computer stuff, if you're techie and you're willing to come and help us, come on and help us, and we'll pay you for your time.
Absolutely.
Teach us how to improve the video and edit it.
Yeah, we want to have an introduction. We want to have the thing that we have over here on the end, and just some information that people can go on and find out.
Yeah.
If there's ever anything you guys want to know about dealing with buying a home, selling a home, we're here to help.
Yeah.
We have real estate attorneys that we love, and I'm going to give a huge shout out to Martin Burns. He is one of our all-time favorite referral sources, but he's also one of the best real estate attorneys in the Western Washington.
Great attorney, and we've had the honor of referring several of our clients to him for legal advice and legal work, specifically around real estate purchases, and he has done a fantastic job for everybody we've sent to him. So he's a great attorney.
Yeah.
So.
And we've got everybody we work with, guys. We want to feel comfortable referring them because we want them to treat you like we would treat you. Mm-hmm. Also go to www.realtalk.mortgage. It'll take you right to our YouTube channel.
See all the past shows.
Yeah, there's like 100 and something now.
Yeah,
maybe I don't have good math with that. I guess I counted that.
It's close to it if it's not accurate.
Yeah,
so.
We've been doing it for well over a year now.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah,
that's a little crazy. But whatever we can do to improve our show, to bring more content to you, to help you make, maybe you're wavering on, you don't have to commit to anything. If you want to just find out what you qualify for or what kind of interest rate you could possibly get, all those things, they're free of charge and we're happy to help.
Yep. That's it.
That's it. Hey, have a great weekend. I'm Craig Lee.
I'm Robb McGee.
And that's Real Talk with Robb and Craig.